Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. My name's Tyla. So thanks for joining me for this video because I'm gonna get back to my Instagram related content. So today I'm just gonna be giving you guys some tips on how to create great quality content for brands, like sponsored, brand posts, and just how to create the best content so that you can get more opportunities to work with brands and that you will actually be able to create long-term and consistent relationships with these brands so that you can continuously work with them. So let's get right into this video if you're looking forward to these tips. Okay, so the first tip before anything that I always usually make sure to say is to make sure that you have a good camera, because overall, even if your picture is not that great, if the camera quality is just there and on point, that enhances the picture and the content so much more. So I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy a fancy expensive camera or anything, but just try to work with what you have. Or if not, because I use my phone for all of my pictures. I don't use a camera, but I have the iPhone 12 and the camera is really good. Yeah, but if you don't have an iPhone, I would suggest, like, maybe if you have a friend that has an iPhone, maybe going out and taking pictures with them so that you can enhance your quality. But overall, that is very important when it comes to creating good quality content for brands, is making sure that your camera in the first place overall is good and that your pictures will come out clear and detailed and all that stuff. But you can also do that with editing, and I'll go into that too. But yeah, that's the first major tip. So the second major tip is to make sure that your content aligns with what the brand is. So for example, if you're doing a beauty post or like a lifestyle type of like post where maybe you get gifted a, I don't know, like a face lotion or like something like a face mask or shampoo, just hair products or whatever, you just want to make sure that your locations is matching with the content. So you're not going to do a picture of a face mask outside because it just doesn't make sense. Like, you don't really use face masks outside, you usually use it indoors. So just make sure that you're creating that feeling and that vibe, so like when people look at the picture, they feel like they're in that moment. It feels like basically like a commercial. When you watch a commercial, and say it's a commercial for fast food or a commercial for, I don't know, a toy, you see kids playing in their room with the toys and everything like that. You want to make it realistic. So whatever it is that you are promoting, make sure that you're picking the right locations and you're styling it the proper way so that the content looks realistic and is giving that lifestyle type of feel to the content. So I like to plan out my locations and my outfits and everything like that on my phone. I use Pinterest a lot because I like to get inspiration for different types of looks that I can use, like for different products that I received. Or say if I have, like, for example, a body oil. You can use body oils when you go out to the beach. You can use that when you're out by the pool. You usually just use it in an outdoor setting. So I would, like, for example, go to the beach and have the body oil and kind of make it look aesthetic too, like sit it maybe like in the sand or like rub it on my skin for a shot. You just want to make it look realistic, but you want to make it aesthetic and nice at the same time. So just make sure that you're putting time into planning how you're doing your content so that it looks realistic and that you're kind of making it stand out. Like, you don't want to just do like the basic things. Think outside of the box, So I would say to use Pinterest because that's how I get a lot of my ideas too. I have a board on my Pinterest called Instagram Content 2022. So whenever I'm on there and I see nice pictures or like they're aesthetic and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, that would be so nice for a concept idea for a brand, like for, I don't know, a perfume or a face mask or a handbag or an outfit, So I would suggest that too, because that is very important where you take your content. So make sure that you're putting time into planning that too. So another tip that I have is to make sure that you are making all of your deliverables. So basically what your deliverables are is when a brand wants to connect with you and you guys are in a collaboration, they basically let you know what they want you to do for the collaboration and what they expect. So they may tell you, like, they want a reel, they want a story post, and an in-feed post. So make sure that you are responsible with creating all the content and covering everything that they're asking of you and making sure that you're doing it in a timely manner. So for me, what I like to do is I plan out all of my content before it even gets to me, so that way when the products arrive, I already know what I want to do, how I want to do it, where I want to take it, and I make sure that while I'm out, I get more than enough content. Because sometimes when you get back home, you realize like, dang, I should have got a shot like this, or I didn't get enough shots, or you just want to make sure that you have options as well, so that say the brand doesn't really like one of the posts, because sometimes they will ask you to revise it, so that way you'll have backup, so you'll have more than enough options to send them so that they can figure out what, you know, video that they like out of all the videos that you took, or which pictures are the best out of all the ones that you took. You don't really want to just get like a one shot type of thing. You want to take multiple shots of everything that you do, whether it's for the reels, whether it's for the story posts, or for the pictures. Just make sure that you have more than enough content and take all of that while you are out. And when you're out taking that content, make sure that you're checking back to make sure that all of the content is good, because sometimes you can get a little bit caught up. Because what I like to do is I like to batch create content, which I'll get into that next. But yeah, you just want to make sure that you get everything covered and everything done. Make sure that you write it somewhere in your notes or whatever, all of the deliverables that they expect from you, so you don't leave anything out while you're out shooting or when you know, get back. So the next thing that I was talking about, which was the batching content. So once you really get moving with the whole collaborating with brands and working with sponsored posts, it's gonna, you know, be a lot. You have to make sure that you manage your time and that you also manage your partnerships. So what I like to do is I like to batch my content. So I'll take one day out of the week or two if I can't get all of my content done in one day, and I'll just film and shoot all of my content in that one day, so that I just have it to post throughout the week. Because, you know, like I said, it'll get to a point where you have so much coming in that you can't really, you know, always keep up with what you're doing. Make sure that you're writing the deliverables, make sure that you are saving all of the pictures and all of the posts, and that you're keeping up with all of your partnerships and all of your content as well. Okay, and so my next tip, which is what I mentioned earlier too, with editing. So when it comes to editing, when you're doing sponsored posts, make sure that you're not using too much filters or too much of an edit. And at least if you do decide that maybe you have a certain aesthetic for your feed, make sure that you have edited pictures and non-edited pictures, so that you can send the non-edited pictures to the brands and then use the edited ones for your feed. Because a lot of the times the brands, they may want to use the pictures that you've taken for their account, and they may have a whole different aesthetic. So you want to make sure that you're not using too many filters or, you know, anything extra that may kind of throw off what the brand's aesthetic may be, or kind of what they have going on. So just make sure that you create separate ones. Like I said, just have yours and then have the ones that are separate for the brand, so that you can send those to them. And as far as editing as well, I have a video on editing too. I will link that below. But I like to use Lightroom because there's so much that you can do. Like, you can literally go in and edit specific colors in a photo. So yeah, that app is really good, and it's honestly easy to use. It's not that hard to use, and it'll help you to really make the content pop in your pictures, because you can, you know, add the sharpness, the definition, contrast, shadows, the dark, the blacks, the whites, all of that good stuff. So make sure that your editing is on point as well. But that's pretty much it for when it comes to creating great content for brands. It's pretty simple, and once you get the hang of it, and, you know, just be creative overall, have fun with it, but make sure that it just is making sense to what the brand is. And, you know, also too, another tip, because I like to go on the brand's pages and look at the pictures that they have, so I can create similar content. Because mostly brands usually have a certain theme that they have going with their content when it comes to promoting their products. So if you go on their Instagram and you look at their content, say you're a little bit stuck on how you want to take pictures for a certain product, just go on the brand's Instagram and look at the pictures that they already have. Because a lot of them, they do like when you use pictures that are kind of similar. Sometimes they will tell you how they want you to take it, but if not, just make sure that you're looking on their Instagram to kind of get an idea. But overall, like I said, be creative. Make sure that it's making sense to what the product is and that it's realistic. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. But if you have any other questions, leave them down below. I've inserted some pictures throughout the video so that you guys can kind of get an idea of what I mean. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that it added some value to you, and subscribe if you haven't already. But I will see you guys tomorrow for my Talk with Ty Tuesday. So peace out, and follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back. Let me know that you're from my YouTube. So yeah, peace.